My name is Payal and I am from the Management Study Guides content team. Welcome to the program Introduction to Retail Management. Look at the logos of some of the leading organizations across the world. For example, Walmart, KFC, Shoppers Stop, Pizza Hut, etc. What do you think is common among the companies shown here? All the companies whose logos have been shown here are retailers. All these retailers are establishments that are engaged in selling merchandise for personal or household consumption. They also render services that are incidental to the sale of such goods. Thus, each one of the companies shown sells directly to the final consumers. Therefore, a retailer is any business establishment that directs its marketing efforts towards the end users for the purpose of selling goods and services. Thus, retailers comprise street vendors, local grocery stores, supermarkets, food joints, salons, airlines, automobile showrooms, internet kiosks, home appliance showrooms, direct marketers, vending machine operators, etc. In fact, the retail industry is one of the fastest growing and biggest sources of employment across the globe. Therefore, like any business, it is very important to manage a retail business and its various components. Let us look at the various aspects of retail management in detail now. Now, let us look at a few definitions that will be useful while you study retail management. Here they are: retailing, retailer, wholesaling, wholesaler. Let us understand each of these in detail. Retailing. The word retailing is derived from the French verb retailer, which means to cut a piece off. Retailing is defined as all business activities that are involved in selling goods or services directly to the final consumers for their personal, family, or household and non-business use. Whereas, from a marketer's point of view, retailing is defined as a set of marketing activities that are designed to provide satisfaction to the end consumer and profitably maintain the customer base by continuous quality improvements across all areas concerned with selling goods and services. Retailer. A retailer is any business establishment that directs its marketing efforts in selling merchandise for personal or household consumption towards the end users for the purpose of selling goods and services. Hence, an organization qualifies to be a retailer only when it derives a major chunk of its revenues from its transactions with end users. Thus, a seller is said to have conducted a retail transaction when he sells goods to the end customer. Wholesaling. Wholesaling includes all activities that involve selling goods and services to those buying for resale or business use. Thus, a wholesale transaction is conducted when the seller sells goods to a business concern. Wholesaler. A wholesaler is a firm that is engaged primarily in wholesaling activity of selling goods and services to those buying for resale or for business use. Let me quickly take you through the objectives of this program. We will be able to understand what is retail management. This program will be able to help you describe the benefits of retailing. This program will explain the retail selling process and the classification of retailers. You will be able to understand the components of retailing concept. You will also learn and understand the steps of retail strategy planning. This program will explain to you about what is franchising. It will also tell you what is merchandising and what is visual merchandising. Through this module, you will be able to understand the importance of location in retailing and the types of retail location. You will also learn about a private label and understand the process of creation of private label. This program will help you list the myths about careers in retailing, and it will also list the tips for success in retailing. So, let's begin with Introduction to Retail Management. Retailing includes all business activities involved in selling goods and services to the end consumers for their personal, family, or household use. Therefore, the process of management of any retailing business is known as retail management. Thus, retail management is the process of managing of a retail business which includes all its aspects of setup, operations, maintenance, etc. Now, let us look at a few key benefits of retailing. There are various ways in which retailers, in the process of transfer of goods and services from the manufacturer to the end consumer, benefit customers, manufacturers, wholesalers, and the economy. The benefits of retailing can be studied considering the following aspects. Number 1. Benefits to customers. Number 2. Benefits to manufacturers and wholesalers. Number 3. Benefits to the economy. Let us look at each of these benefits in detail. Breaking bulk. One of the major benefits that retailers pass on to their customers is through their activity of breaking bulk. This is because retailers buy goods in bulk from manufacturers. They then divide the bulk goods into smaller, saleable units as per the consumption patterns of the end consumer. The following are the steps involved in the retail selling process: acquiring product or merchandise knowledge, studying the customer, approaching the customer, understanding the need of the customer, presenting the merchandise, overcoming resistance, suggestive selling, closing the sale. Retailers are classified by amount of service, product lines, relative prices, organizational approach. Let us understand each of these in detail. The following are the key concepts involved in retailing: customer orientation, coordinated effort, value-driven, goal-oriented, and retail strategy. The overall plan that guides the functioning and operation of a retail firm is known as the retail strategy. Hence, retail strategy influences the retail firm's business activities and its response to market forces such as competition and economy. What is franchising? Franchising involves a contractual arrangement between a franchisor and a retail franchisee. The franchisor may be a manufacturer, a wholesaler, or a service sponsor. A franchise or the contractual agreement allows the franchisee to conduct business under an established name and according to a given pattern of business. There are several aspects to be taken into consideration for visual merchandising, and they are stock keeping unit, which is SKU planning, store windows, floor displays, signs, space design, fixtures and hardware, props and mannequins. One of the most important aspects in retailing is location. It is one of the major factors that decides the success or failure of a retail business venture. Location is crucial to the success of a retail store as it conveys a fair image of a retail store. Location is one of the most important aspects to be considered in developing the retail strategy. The following are the major types of retail locations chosen for retail stores: freestanding isolated store, part of a business district, part of a shopping center. Let's take a look at each of these now in detail. Private label. A retailer is said to be selling a private label or selling own label or brand when he decides to sell products or a line of merchandise which is owned, controlled, merchandised and sold by the retailer in his own store or chain of stores. Therefore, a private label is a brand name or label which can simply be the store's name or a name created exclusively by that store. The following are the key steps in the process of creation of a private label. Number 1. Identification of the need for a private label. Number 2. The decision to make or buy the product. Number 3. Placing the order and allocating the goods. Number 4. Marketing. Number 5. Performance measurement. Let's understand each of these processes now in details. Did you know? Careers in retailing are not just limited to sales and customer service. There are many specializations available in the retail industry from which you can choose as you move up in your career. Hence, you can choose to specialize in areas like buying, pricing, merchandising, marketing, customer service, personnel, training, operations, and so on. Let us now practice all that you have learned about retail management. Congratulations! You have successfully completed the module on Introduction to Retail Management. The course is presented to you by managementstudyguide.com. Become a Management Study Guide Premium member and get access to more than 180 courses. We add new courses every week. Thank you for participating. This is Payal.